we don't love each other. We love each other when we see ourselves doing lovely things, or love ourselves.
Such a profound statement, isn't it? I mean, so what an enlightened man. Yeah, no, he's not at all. This is David Brooks, for those that don't know. He is a self-described elite, and he just spoke at the Ark. See right here, where it's right here. It's on the podium. It says ARC, Ark. Yes, this Jordan Peterson is very much, a bunch of globalists created this to try to pull people in to the new global. This is just globalists that have reinvented themselves. That's what it is. It is. So this is the title. You can go find it on YouTube, How the Elite Rigged Society and Why It's Falling Apart, David Brooks. Well, David Brooks is, as he says, the first thing he says is, I'm an educated elite. And it's like, and you may say, well, why am I going after that? And I normally, I have said a lot about the overeducated because they've been so, mind controlled. And what I guess it's not even that. It's that they have presented these people as being so morally superior, and they don't know that they're morally bankrupt. I mean, literally, the elites have been part of the moral destruction in our society. Now, Jordan Peterson created, with other globalists, this Ark. It was years ago. Amazing Polly did a whole connecting all the dots that all goes to globalists. This is why you see Jordan Peterson everywhere talking about Jesus, but he's another one. He complicates Jesus's word. And I think this is very much designed because the elites want control. Why am I calling him out? Well, because he's either stupid or he's a liar. I don't know which. Because he went on to say, and I knew this Ark would do this. I knew they would. He, of course, had to bring up Donald Trump. And he said, the thing is, we created Donald Trump. Well, no, God did. God created all of us, okay? But he says, elite-wise. He said Donald Trump's an elite. Yes, we know that. But the difference is, David Brooks, is Donald Trump doesn't have a stick up his ass like the rest of you do. Which that's the least of your problems. Yeah. Is the arrogance these people have. It is so... everything from Jordan Peterson. Like, I used to like Jordan Peterson. I did. But that was back during the days when... he was doing his psychology classes, and they would be put on YouTube. And he was so amazing, the way that he would describe, because he's a psychologist, describe the different personality disorders, and he would use like fairy tales and stuff to describe. It was just amazing. Everybody, usually likes listening to him. A brilliant man, and then, I don't know, he disappeared for a while once Donald Trump got into office, and then he came back on the scene, and he does like 4 videos a day. And in the meantime, and it's been all about Jesus or faith, but it's like they're still, the elites are still trying to corral you. Like, they should recognize, and yet Jordan Peterson and him will talk about how, the expert class has gotten out of control. Well, yeah, but you're still out of control. Like, maybe if they really cared, but I don't think they do. They just still want control. Is if they really cared about, the world, then maybe they could recognize, first of all, that we're not about being international citizens, which that's what the ARC is. The ARC stands for, these people just never stop. The ARC is Alliance for Responsible Citizenship. So I'm a citizen of the United States. I'm not an international citizen. International citizen is just the name change from we're global citizens. So a little bit about the ARC. The Alliance for Responsible Citizenship is an international movement with a vision for a better world where empowered citizens take responsibility and work together to bring flourishing and prosperity to their families, communities, and nations. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, and it's just bullshit. It's because it's the globalists created. We are inviting you to join us in developing a better narrative. Yeah, that just tells you everything you need to know. We are inviting you to join us in developing a better narrative in response to life's most fundamental social, economic, philosophical, and cultural questions. We reject the inevitability of decline and instead are seeking solutions which draw on humanity's highest virtues and extraordinary capacity for innovation and ingenuity. Well, maybe if that were really true, any of that, which it's globalists that have recreated themselves, and now they're using like Jordan Peterson types and these types. They're the same people, different faces that the other globalists were. Then you might want to start by, like, if you had humility, but I don't think any of them really do, is stepping back and realizing, you know what, you guys have been in the driver's seat and look at where it's gone. Yeah. So, yeah, even though you created Donald Trump, or that's what he likes to say, Donald Trump is very different than all of you. And I knew that this arc would eventually go down this road. So that this was what Jordan Peterson's role in all this would be is. So he says here, we produced Donald Trump. Some people think Donald Trump is a populist. Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who went to the University of Pennsylvania. Well, yeah, Musk did. Did Trump? I thought Trump went to Wharton's. And an Ivy League school and became billionaires. J.D. Vance went to Yale. Hegseth went to Princeton. Stephen Miller went to Duke. Laura Ingraham went to Dartmouth. And they represent educated elites. And the key factor of the educated elite is that they're not pro-conservative. They're anti-left. They don't have a positive vision, conservative vision for society. They just want to destroy the institutions that the left now dominates. And this means, in the first place, they're incompetent. And it goes on and on. Goes on and on and on. But what really, really made me want to throw the phone across the room was when he said, Christians, or he said evangelicals, conservative evangelicals in government who want to fight sex trafficking, poverty. They want to preserve national security. Donald Trump is declaring war on those things. So this is a fool at the very least, because as I've said, but this is why I'm silenced. This is why the media will not ever talk about what Donald Trump was doing to eradicate trafficking, not even to this day. This is what I mean. They don't give him credit, not your podcasters, anybody. I know what he was doing. And again, I don't want to go into the full story of that, but because I took care of them. And in his executive orders, literally, these homes all over the United States were to help these trafficked victims transition back, to heal and then transition back into their families. These were all faith-based. So this guy's either a liar or what his role really is what I've said for years now, is that they're going to continue to try to destroy Donald Trump. They don't have good intentions. They don't. The ARC doesn't have good intentions, but they put up a pretty website, get a bunch of fancy elites to get up there and say, yeah, I got to admit, I'm an elite too, but this is how we should fix our society. Well, then if you think really that our society has failed, and it has, very much so, then maybe you should look in the mirror, and then maybe you should sit down and listen and stop talking and maybe listen to people that know better than you, people that may not have the academia level you have, but they definitely have more wisdom than you have. So again, no wisdom. Maybe he's just a fool. Maybe he's just a bullshitter because there's so many of them. Or maybe he's just plain stupid. Or he's just another globalist, like so many are.